Yeah, it's just instrumental.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll do harmony the second part.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Or should I start and then you come in?
I'm not entirely comfortable with this one. I don't know it very well, so let's just do it together, and the second time through, I'll stay on the melody, and you do whatever you want.
Okay, the second
Hey,
time.
watch
Rabbi.
him. Watch the rabbi.
Dodie Lee.
T-minor.
Dodie Lee, sure.
Dodie Lee, sure.
כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, בין רעייתי בין הבנות. כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, בין רעייתי בין הבנות. כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, בין רעייתי בין הבנות. כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, בין רעייתי בין הבנות. Join with us, כשושנה, כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, בין רעייתי בין הבנות. כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, בין רעייתי בין הבנות. כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, בין רעייתי בין הבנות. כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, בין רעייתי בין הבנות. כשושנה בין החוקים, כשושנה בין החוקים, כן רעייתי בין הבנות.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to everyone as we join with you both physically and online to our communities on this Chai Shabbat. And Chai Shabbat is one where the rabbis speak less and the music is amplified a little more. And we do this together as one community, whether physically or spiritually online with us. So I'm going to invite those to turn to the camera in the back, to wave hello, say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome everyone. As we begin this Shabbat, usually we don't speak so much on this last Shabbat, but over the past few weeks and months I've struggled to synthesize my thoughts on the current situation in Israel. And it's heartrending and it's changing rapidly, and each time there is so much to say and there's so much we want to put out, but it's just so much in this moment and it changes so fast. But given the events of the last few days and as we begin Shabbat together this evening, I just want to share a few words of optimism. We are witnessing right now in Israel democracy in action at its height. This action is painful, it is chaotic, it is messy, and it's the hallmark of what a democratic nation is intended to model. Israelis that cross the political, social, ideological, and demographic spectrum have and are making their voices heard in the streets, in the media, in government, in the military, and so on. The demonstrations are almost entirely peaceful, and in these rallies, they are not speaking of their disdain for politicians or parties. Rather, they are raising their voices together in hope. They are singing together. They're raising the Israeli flag together. And as they act, the government has been forced to listen and stay its hand. We are, and we continue to remain concerned about what the future holds for a democratic Jewish state. But for today, for this Shabbat, let us rejoice in the miracle that just shy of 75 years, Israel remains a strong democracy in the Middle East. And so as we prepare to open in this moment, I'm going to invite you to turn to someone around you, in front of you, near you, to say Shabbat Shalom, introduce yourself, have a moment to share something that you take away from this week. As we come together, the world at times feels heavy. And yet there are people around us, behind us, in front of us, wherever we are, that are carrying goodness and carrying blessing. And sometimes we have to remember that and take a moment to reflect and stop and pause and follow the ideals of Shabbat, which is lishbot, to cease, to stop, to take a moment, to take a pause. And so we do that. And the Chai Band, our musicians, they will inspire and lift us this evening, and we will sing together and we will rejoice together. And there's Simcha that continues to go on, aside from, I know, the liberation that we will all celebrate together beginning Wednesday night next week of Pesach, that we also have other smachot, we have other simchas that are coming up. And in the Malish family, Kaden is going to be celebrating, becoming bar mitzvah tomorrow morning, and we delight in calling Kaden and his family, the Malish family, to come and join us on the bima as they help to bring in our Shabbat lights as we join together on page 2.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
We begin welcoming Shabbat, receiving it, Ozi v'zimrat Yah. Turn on the screens, those at home watching us online, all the words, the prayers are with you this evening. Those in our congregation, the words either in the prayer book as we go along, those on our screens behind us. We invite you to follow along, to sing, to lift in this moment. We join together.
Vezimrat Yahayili, Ozi Vezimrat Yahayili, Ozi Vezimrat Ozi vezimrat yavayi Ozi zimrat yavayi Yeshua Ozi vezimrat yavayi Yeshua Ozi vezimrat yavayi Yeshua Ozi vezimrat yavayi Yeshua vezimrat yavayi Yeshua. Ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon tov lehodot ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon.
On this the day of days, my lips shall sing your praise, for I know that you'll always be here surrounding me.
Tov lehodot ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon tov lehodot ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon.
My spirit takes release. I close my eyes in peace, and from my soul heard far above springs a song of love.
Tov lehodot ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon tov lehodot ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon. I wish to understand the wonders of your hand, for all the blessings that are mine rise from your design. Tov lehodot ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon tov lehodot ladonai ulzamer l'shimcha elyon.
Page 20.
Lecha dodi likrat kala pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה.
שמור זכור דיבור אחד, תשמיענו אל המנוחה. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, השם ולטיפת ונטירה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עצרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. בני שבת נקבלה.
Page 24.
שלום עליכם מלכי השרת, מלכי עליון ממלך, מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום עליכם מלכי השרת, מלכי עליון ממלך, מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום מלכי השלום, מלכי עליון ממלך, מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. שלום שלום עליכם מלכי השרת, השרת מלאכי עליון מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא צאתכם לשלום מלכי השלום מלאכי עליונים מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שלום שלום עליכם מלכי השרת מלכי עליונים מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שלום עליכם מלכי השרת מלכי עליון ממלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
On page 146, we rise together as we call each other to prayer with Baruch Hu. Page 146.
Adonai Amevorach Baruch Adonai
Page 147, we read responsively, Adonai, your majesty is proclaimed by the marvels of earth and sky. Sun, moon, and stars testify to your power and wisdom.
Day follows day in endless succession, and the years vanish, but your sovereignty endures.
Though all things pass, let not your glory depart from us. Help us to become co-workers with you and endow our fleeting days with abiding worth. Baruch atah Adonai Ha'ma'ariv Aravim. Page 148, we read responsively, in each age we receive and transmit Torah. At each moment we are addressed by the world.
In each age we are challenged by our ancient teaching. At each moment we stand face to face with truth.
In each age, we add our wisdom to that which has gone before. At each moment, the knowing heart is filled with wonder.
In each age, the children of Torah become its builders and seek to set the world firm on a foundation of truth.
Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. We'd like to invite Caden Malashout back up to lead us in Ve'ahavta on page 150.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אלוהים מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בם בשיטתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני Adonai Elohechem.
This Shabbat, we acknowledge that yesterday was Transgender Day of Visibility. Trans people bring so much to the Jewish community. Living fully and authentically as one's true self is a sacred act. As yesterday was Trans Day of Visibility, and always, especially at a time when so many states are trying to decriminalize, to legalize discrimination and hate, Reform rabbis in our Reform movement insist on standing up and advocating for the rights of trans people. Because the truth is, we are all created in God's image. In keeping with the Central Conference of American Rabbis' ongoing work to safeguard the rights of every person, the CCAR adopted a resolution on the rights of transgender and gender nonconforming individuals in 2015. As transgender, non-binary, and gender-diverse people in North America face increasingly legislated hostility and discrimination that threaten their and our lives, rights, mental and physical health, dignity, and very existence, a renewed commitment is needed to educate and advocate in opposition to these dangerous measures as we create and sustain communities in which gender diversity can thrive.
This freedom, like our own freedom that we celebrate every day, is our Micha Mocha prayer. And as we approach the holiday of Passover, we anticipate its coming. Every Sabbath before a holiday, we know by the sound that the holiday is coming. I would suggest that on Sunday and Monday you go and buy matzot.
True.
Micha Mocha, page 152.
Micha Mocha
shalom. Give us a place to rest, O God. Shelter us in the long, soft evening shadows of your truth.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'ha'amitenu shomreinu l'chaim. Uferos aleinu sukat shalomecha, v'taknenu beitza tova milfanecha, v'hoshienu leman shemecha.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Ushmor setenu uvoenu, v'chaim u'shalom me'ata Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, nasa Adonai. Et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la la la. Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi, Tehilatecha, Adonai, Sefatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagi, Tehilatecha. Ya la 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 la, la 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 la, ya 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 la 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 la.
יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלם עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלם, סלם, סלם עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלם, סלם.
Take a few moments of pause. Reflect on those who are in need of refuah nefesh, refuah guf, a recovery of mind, of body, of spirit. So many in our world, so many in our community right here, right now, in these moments. We have a number that we're thinking of at this time, and then I'll invite you in a moment after we share the names aloud to share a name of a loved one or loved ones you're thinking of at this time, so that as a community we can hold them collectively in our hearts. And I invite you, for those online, to share the names in the chat as well. As we think of Ari Zalman Lev, Ben Shoshana and Moshe, Aviva Rivka Bat Yonena, Lauren Berman, Ben Chaib, Shena Chana Bat Pinkas Veguta Rivka Shindel, Elliot Epner, Denise Garrick, Natalie Givon, Stephen Goldstein, Sonia Grossberg, Anita Hausenput, Ellen Hutt, Hector Islas, Dennis Jasper, Ruth Jordan, Richard Kitson, Roberta Lahana, Martin Levine, Marshall J. Lewis, Mike Lynn, Jim McIndoe, Lisa Nelson, Yvonne Peck, Sharon Resnick, Sharon Ritter, Galina Robalchenko, Rosa Santiago, Jenny Schnitzer, Jay Shuffman, Rhonda Schwartz, Robin Streichler, Seth Streichler, Lynn Slotkin, Cindy Spector, Mike Tatro, Kathy Weil, John Weil, George Wise, Sandy Wood, and Susan Zale. As I come across the Kahal, the community, I invite you to share names that you're thinking of at this time.
Daryanani, Dura Daryanani, Am Israel.
And we join in a prayer of healing, a prayer of Meshaberach. Page 253.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Yeah, there it is. Shabbat shalom. See, now the people at home can hear. I know I've been told I have a big voice, but not that big all the way in the Philippines. So, Jenny, now you can hear. When we think of the word Megillah, we often think of Purim. And while we do read the book of Esther on Purim, just like our Torah portions follow us throughout the year, Jewish tradition connects 5 of our holidays to 5 Megillots. Esther on Purim, Song of Songs on Passover, Ruth on Shavuot, Lamentations on Tisha B'Av, and Ecclesiastes on Sukkot. Dr. Rabbi Tamara Eskenazi identifies that each Megillah can also be attributed to a stage of life within each of us. Shir HaShirim, the Song of Songs, is when we fall in love with a partner, in love with life, and so on. In other words, we are awakened with love. In Ruth, we use that love to build a community and try to put bread on the table. That, of course, comes along with acknowledging how difficult it can be to build a home and create a community. Eicha Lamentations acknowledges that everything you've built can fall apart, with scenes of betrayal, death, illness, and everything you've counted on for your future evaporating. Then Kohelet, Ecclesiastes, asks, now that I've watched everything fall apart, what does it all mean? How do I put it back together? What's the point of it all? And by the way, if you want a beautiful ritual to do in your sukkah, in the midst of your shaky temporary structure, read Ecclesiastes. And Esther, she argues, this is not my words, this is Rabbi Dr. Tamara Eskenazi. Esther is a nice, fun book for the winter season. She got a PhD for that one. It's amazing. Shir HaShirim, this book of love, has been seen as an allegory between God and Israel. Indeed, Rabbi Akiba taught, Heaven forbid that a person ever disputed that the Song of Songs makes one unclean. For the whole world is not worthy the day on which the Song of Songs was given to Israel. For all the writings are holy. The Song of Songs is the Holy of Holies. As Song of Songs is associated with Passover, before our service started, our incredible Chai band played Kumilach by Debbie Friedman, and Dodi Lee by Stephen Scher, and Keshoshana by Shlomo Carlebach, all settings of text from or influenced by Song of Songs. This Chai Shabbat sermon and song will focus on songs from Shir HaShirim. Our first piece is Et Dodim, from a piyut based on Song of Songs, chapter 6, written by Chaim ben Sachel. It is a time for lovers, it says, "Come into my garden, my bride. The vines are blossoming, the pomegranates are budding." The second is a familiar setting of Dodi Lee by Nina Chen, followed by another setting of Dodi Lee by Debbie Friedman. We hope these settings inspire you to read and study Song of Songs on your own as you prepare your festival tables. Join with us. Dodi li va'ani lo haroeh bashoshanim. Dodi li va'ani lo haroeh bashoshanim.
Izot olamim umitar, izot olam, מקוטרת מור ולבונה, מור ולבונה.
דודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים.
Libo pili, oh,
ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. אני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי, ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי,
I'd like to call up Julie Teddy, member of our board of directors and co-president of Women of Beth Israel, to offer some announcements on behalf of our congregation.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Julie Teddy. Thank you. I'm a member of your board of directors. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our Erev Shabbat services this evening. I want to thank Men's Club and Women of Beth Israel for ushering in tonight's service. We'd like to wish Caden Malish Mazel Tov as he becomes a bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. Congratulations to his parents Leah and Jacob and his sister Gabriella. I'd also like to remind you, you can find everything you need to know about Beth Israel and upcoming events at our website, cbisd.org. We invite you to join us in the Activity Center for our Shabbat Torah study group at 9 a.m., followed by our weekly Shabbat Minyan service at 10:30 a.m. in the chapel. Now for the next announcement, I'm going to skip to the end of the story, which is that registration has already closed for our Unforgettable Second Night Seder. We're at full capacity. However, if you are still really wanting to come, go ahead and contact the office and we'll see if we can fit you in. And if you're thinking about it, you can think about registering for next year. So I'll give you a little snippet, which is our second night Seder. You get to join Beth Israel clergy and fellow members of our congregation as we come together for a night of joy, reflection, and delicious food. The Haggadot's thoughtfully provided, guiding through traditional story of Exodus with beautiful illustrations and meaningful insights. And tickets are available for $55 for non-members, $50 for members and their guests, $20 for children aged 6 to 12, and $10 for children aged 5 and under. Again, you can find all of that on our website. And as I was thinking about Passover drawing near, I thought about how lucky we are to be free. And so what I wanted to do tonight is share a few of my favorite quotes with you regarding freedom. You are only free when you realize you belong no place. You belong every place, no place at all. The price is high, the reward is great. Maya Angelou. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Nelson Mandela. May we think of freedom not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to do what is right. Peter Marshall. Shabbat Shalom.
We begin to conclude our service with Aleinu L'Shabeach, page 282. Won't you please rise if you're able?
Aleinu L'Shabeach La'adon HaKol, Latet Kedua Le'yotzer Bereshit, Shelo Asanu Kigoye Haratzot, Velo Samanu K'mishpechot Ha'adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, V'goralenu Kechol Amonam, V'anachnu Koreim U'mishtachavim U'modim Lifnei Melech Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar V'haya Adonai V'melech al kol haaretz Bayom hahu Yeh Adonai echad U'shemo
Please be seated. Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and of death. And when you hear the name of your loved one, we invite you to rise so that we may comfort you as a community. I am sad to announce the recent death of Jeffrey Goldstein, brother of Mark Goldstein. And we are in the period of Shiva, 7 days after the burial, for Anita Irene Landy, for Jim Harris, for Gloria Kuhn, Neil Sachs, and we are in the period of Shloshim, 30 days after the burial, for Henry Richmond, for Jack Winkleman, for Dr. Malcolm Abramovitz Brahms, Suzanne Stern, Jeffrey Heilbrunn, Melvin Stern, Erica Schwab, Bernard Stein, and Laurie Scher. And we remember those who died at this time in years past. Rebecca Adelson, Ellie Amiel, Nancy Ann Hansen Bark, Bessie Barnholtz, Abraham Bartell, Gloria Bernstein, Sophie Blumberg, Carl Braverman, Sally Krasny Brotman, Adeline Burton, Arthur L. Cohen, Jesse Deutsch, Alan Dorfman, Dorothea Elizabeth Dundee, James S. Edgar, Henrietta Ehrenberg, Warren L. Eisenberg, Minna Elkin, Sherry Ellman, Bernard Fagan, Tracy Fink, Edward Fleischer, Norma Jean Friedman, Sadie Freeman, Gladys Garelick, William Gilbert, Bessie Lowenthal Gibrich, Sarah Goldie, Herbert Gordon, William Gould, Martin Haberstroh, Rebecca Hahn, Rose Haskvitz, Eleanor Hasson, Claire Heffler, Ann Hertzman, Alexander Ilko, Ann Ruth Kahn, Leo Kahn, Emmanuel A. Kaplar, Claire Kattenberg, Richard M. Kipperman, Kenneth Kirby, Samuel Kleinman, Milton Kramer, Herman Kramer, Lena Kraus, Gertrude Kronevet, Helen Kruger, Helene Kruger, Faye Krupman, Max Kuent, Jack Landy, Sarah Lehman, Maurice Levinson, Bella Levko, Esther Levy, Meyer Lewis, Sarah Liebert, Irving J. Lurie, Ida Markell, Phyllis McCall, Willifred C. McCall, Emmanuel Miller, Nettie A. Nevin, Harry Peacock, Cecile Podoloff, Grace Pollock, Irvin Poland, Paul Romanoff, Karen Romer, Jean Rosen, Rose Rosen, Theodore Rosen, Leo Rosen, Maury Israel Rosenberg, Bernard Rosenblatt, Meyer S. Rubin, Stanley Rubin, Jacques Salem, Max Schaefer, Ruth Schulman, Harry Schwartz, Sandra Shatoff, Donald Sildorf, Jane Stein, Harold Stern, Irving Supnow, Ben Surowitz, Benjamin Tugg, Minnie Ushkow, Jack Victor, Stephen Voigt, Sheldon Weinstein, and Ernst Wellish. If there's a name that I haven't called and you are saying Kaddish as I come around the congregation, please share that name with us. We rise as a community. I'm so sorry. Page 294, we recite Kaddish Tome. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba, bi'alma divrach yirteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon u'vyomechon, v'chayei d'chol Beit Israel, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mevarach le'alam u'almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha brichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha, may their memories always be for blessing. We join together. You can put your prayer books down. Oseh shalom.
Say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru. Amen. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Israel Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Amen. Shalom Bivrona, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'yimru, Amen.
Turn to someone around you, say Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat
Give them a
Shalom.
greeting. Join us in the Motzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamotzi lechem min haaretz Potei avon. Shabbat Shalom.
The second time. Twenty-seven.